last topic we're diving in here, or one of the last ones at least, is potentially James Harden going to Philadelphia at the end of this season to play with Joel Embiid. Obviously, the main reason, the main pairing here is that Daryl Morey is their, president of basketball operations. But they also have an owner who he's been connected with, apparently. And there might be some tampering issues we see if Harden does end up going there because of how early it's been rumored already. And it seems like, it seems crazy that he would want out of Brooklyn after, playing with his buddy Durant and, having all that talent around him, and they might win a championship this year. But truth of the matter is that him next to Embiid would be a championship potential team as well. They would make one of their rivals worse just by leaving the Nets. And he's probably annoyed with Kyrie to some degree, just the shit that they've had to go through. And I'm sure he wants to maybe just go shine a bit more. And, to be honest, like this James Harden to Joel Embiid, like alley-oops that are going on in my head, it's just like that sounds fun. A couple of players that maybe I don't love personally all the time, but they're super fun to watch. And I feel like together they would be great.
Oh yeah, they're very complementary players next to each other. He fits next to Joel better than he fits next to Kyrie and Kevin. And another good point. He came in. He wasn't Kyrie's friend. Durant was Kyrie's friend, so he came into the team. He was like, I want to go to the Nets because that's where Kyrie and Kevin are. And when he comes here, all this drama with Kyrie, I'm sure he didn't sign up for it.
Yeah,
more or less Kevin Durant did, but he's like, I'm not. I just want to win a championship. What are you guys playing these games for?
Yeah, so but now it's impacted by Kyrie not actually playing games, so the message is not clear. And now he's playing half the games, and it's like that's probably annoying because it's one of your top players who really makes a big difference. It takes you from possible championship team to near guarantee. You'd have to have a complete meltdown to not win it, but
like they did. They did last playoff.
Exactly, like they did last year. And that potential is always there with any playoffs. But this year they have a great chance. Seeing that they didn't do it last year, I'd say the odds are even better. They could do it this year. But Kyrie's taking their chances down. And what is he only going to play half of the games in a playoff series?
Yeah.
I mean, it's
good. It's got to be tough because when you look at it, without Kyrie is a major scoring option. So to play night after night, being like, oh, Kyrie's playing this night, we have to change our entire offensive scheme. And who is affected the most is James Harden, because when Kyrie's not there, he has to run the offense. And when Kyrie's there, he can either take off or he can.
Or it changes all the time. Yeah. And James Harden himself was trying to have a bounce back year this season because he was injured quite a bit last year and didn't have a lot of time to rehab, where he he had to really take his time revamping this year, but then had to go even harder and take in on even further burden when Durant got hurt. So I'm sure he's very annoyed.
I mean, I already root against the 76ers,
but the reports were out there and he didn't deny them. He kind of fed into them. So I think where there's smoke, there's fire in this instance.
Yeah, and I wouldn't be mad at the move. I mean, you got to think that it's like Ben Simmons going to the Nets, and I think that helps the Nets in certain aspects. I don't know. I'm not convinced that makes the Nets better, but I think it
doesn't make them better, but they take what they can get when a guy like Harden is leaving. They would be very disappointed for how many picks they gave up in the Harden trade if they don't end up with a championship out of it. But, they gave it a shot, unlike Kyrie, and then they were able to, get something out of it still.
I don't think it's the worst thing in the world. However, I would love to root against the 76ers if he went to them. So I'm with it.
Yeah. No, I mean, I don't know. I think they would be fun. I'm cool with seeing the Sixers stay relevant, and they've got Joel Embiid, and I'd love to see, a great superstar next to him. So I don't hate it. Whatever. It'd be hilarious seeing Kyrie and Ben Simmons get traded for each other after their own sagas. The last year or so. It was the only way this could end, with their stories intertwining and colliding.
Yeah. Not that they got traded for each other, but end up on the same team or like within the same relevant trade, both relevant pieces of the trade. Because they wouldn't trade Kyrie to they would trade James Harden for
Oh
Simmons. But
that's what I meant. Yeah, Harden for Simmons.
But he hasn't announced
I
it
guess
yet.
Kyrie's been out.
Yeah, he hasn't
They're gonna
asked
be
for it
playing
yet.
together.
So as of right now, I'm assuming that the Nets are still going to try to be a powerhouse, a half powerhouse in the playoffs.
But yeah, they're not trading him this year. But I mean, he's going to be a free agent this year. So it would be like a sign and trade if something does happen. So that's why it'd be like if he's going to Philadelphia, the Nets would just be like, okay, I guess.
I think also Daryl Morey kind of started that narrative. His comments saying, if it's not Harden, then we're not going to trade Ben Simmons right now. That's kind of what he said. And I'm like, I think he kind of started that. And Harden's like, oh, yeah. He's like, they're a good team. I don't give a shit. He's like, well, I'd go to 76. I think it's more like that type of deal. I don't know.
The Nets can also, and the Nets can also offer him the most money this offseason. That was originally why he was waiting to sign. So,
yeah.
In all likelihood, this could just be all about money and he'll just sign that extension.
Right. Yeah.
But who knows? I mean, crazier things have happened.
I think his best chance is still with the Nets to win a championship. So,
yeah, I think I agree. But I mean, that'd be a pretty damn good Philadelphia team that he'd be joining or that he'd be creating, him and Embiid together. And you can put anyone around them. They'd be fantastic. You have Seth Curry, who's a solid player there. And then you're making the Nets worse. And maybe they completely crumble. You're making a bet that, hey, Kyrie is not a stable guy. Maybe behind the scenes, you've heard that he is going to retire early. So you're like, hey, this is not where I want to be. And you convinced Durant to come to Philadelphia in a couple of years.
Okay.
New super team. But
what do you guys think? You think you think Harden's going to go to the 76ers? You think he's staying with the Nets? Comment below. Let us know.
Anything else you want to talk about today, man?
No, I'm good. No, I'm good. I think I've talked a lot. Gotta prepare these pipes for our trivia.
Yeah, we have this Friday. Tune in, guys.
We're recording this Friday, so we're not gonna do it live.
All right, hold on. Yeah, that's not right, guys.
Coming soon.
Our next episode. Tune in. We are gonna be doing hot wings and even hotter trivia. So tune in.
Yeah, tune in
and don't sue me.
That's right. Don't sue us. We just want to hurt ourselves. We're just willing to hurt ourselves for entertainment. So please give us likes, give us subscribes. Just help us
Strictly
out.
Ball Business. Give us a subscribe. We're on YouTube and other shit. So we love you, and we will see you soon.